Join Douglas MacMillan every Sunday afternoon at 2 for an hour of music and song from the Celtic nations and beyond. In traditional and modern styles and in languages both native and adopted, hear the Celtic World brought right to your home through the magic of radio. That's Celtic World, Sundays at 2 on Otago Access Radio, 105.4 FM and 1575 AM, and online at oar.org.nz.
Hello and welcome to Celtic World. I'm your host Douglas MacMillan. The opening track for this show was The Road to Wezembeek by Belgium-based group Shantalla. Comprising Irish musicians and a Scottish singer, Shantalla surprised everyone when they appeared from nowhere in 1996 with a mastery of the stage and a high level of musicianship, as could be heard on that track. Following in the footsteps of groups like the Clancy Brothers and the Dubliners was the Fureys. Since the late 60s, several combinations of the Furay brothers and others have formed groups, finally coming together on the Fureys and Davy Arthur. With their characteristically sing-along Irish song style, sweet yet not saccharine, and above all, great melodies. Here they are with Geraldine's Thinking of Galway.
Dawn it is breaking and Geraldine's waking so far from a place she calls home. A new day is dawning and Geraldine's longing so far away over the foam. She always intended to travel, but she never intended to stay. Now Geraldine's thinking of Galway, but Galway's a long way away. Geraldine's thinking of Galway again, you can tell by the look in her eyes. Sometimes alone in the night time, Geraldine cries. She can still see the moon over Clare, or the sun going down in Bay. Geraldine's thinking of Galway so far, far away. Bandit is playing and Geraldine swaying to the tune of a pair of brown eyes. Now somebody calls for a small bit of order while the fiddler plays Danny by. As she listens the music transports her so far away over the sea. Now Geraldine's thinking of Galway, and that's where she's longing to be. Geraldine's thinking of Galway again, you can tell by the look in her eyes. Sometimes alone in the night time, Geraldine cries. She can still see the moon over Clare, or the sun going down in Bay. Geraldine's thinking of Galway so far, far away. Geraldine's thinking of Galway so far, far away. Geraldine's thinking of Galway again, you can tell by the look in her eyes. Sometimes alone in the night time, Geraldine cries. She can still see the moon over Clare, or the sun going down in Bay. Geraldine's thinking of Galway so far, far away. Geraldine's thinking of Galway so far, far away.
Another Irish group that's been around about as long as the Fureys is Shaskeen, but where the Fureys tend to concentrate on songs, Shaskeen tends to concentrate on tunes, mainly arrangements of traditional tunes, as in this two-tune jig set, including the tunes Gilligan's Apples and Jackson's Mistake. Many years, many albums and many line-up changes. That's the story of Scottish group Battlefield Band. This next track is a rather good song featuring founding member Alan Reid on backing vocals and, on lead, Corrine Polwart, who was briefly a member, staying only long enough to appear on the 2001 album Happy Days, from which the song comes. It's called Shepherd Lad.
Once there was a shepherd lad kept sheep upon the hill, and he's laid his pipe in his crook aside, and there he slept his fill. He woke up on a river bank on a fine May morning, and there he spied a lady swimming in the clothes that she was born in. So he raised his head from his green bed and he approached the maid. Put on your clothes, my dear, he says, and do not be afraid. It's fitter for a lady fair to sew silken seam than to rise on a fine May morning and swim against the stream. Well, if you'll not touch my mantle and you'll leave my clothes alone, then I'll give you all the money, sir, that you can carry home. I'll not touch your mantle and I'll leave your clothes alone, but I'll tack you out of the clear water, my dear, to be my aim. And he's ta'en her out of the clear water and he's round her in his arms. Put on your clothes, my dear, he says, and hide your bounteous charms. He's put her on a milk-white steed, himself upon another, and it's all along the way they rode, like sister and like brother. She rode into her father's gate and she straddled at the pen, and ready stood a porter there to let the fair maid in. Well, the gates were opened, it so nimbly she stepped in. She said, "King sir, you are a fool without, and I'm a maid within. So fare ye weel, my modest boy, I thank you for your care. But had you done as you desired, I'd never have left you there. I will sew no silken seam on a fine May morning. You can bide your time till your time runs out, so take this as fair warning. I will sew no silken seam on a fine May morning. You can bide your time till your time runs out, so take this as fair warning."
Another Scottish group now, one that you don't really hear that much about. Active from 2000 to 2007 and releasing 3 albums in that time, which helped them win Best Up-and-Coming Act in 2003, Best Celtic Group at Lorient in the same year, and Best Folk Band in 2005. Sometimes you're left scratching your head and wondering just what happened. Here's Back of the Moon with 9 Pint Coggie. Let's get even more obscure with the Irish group Osna. With only one known recording and little information available beyond the album liner notes, there's little to say except that they're very good, and what they do, or did. Here's a 3-tune set including The Hunter's Purse, Cameronian and The Gravel Walks.
listening to Celtic World on Otago Access Radio, 105.4 FM. Real people, real radio.
That was At First Light band members fiddler and keyboardist Donald O'Connor and piper and whistle player John McSherry teamed with Bauga accordionist and guitarist Sean Og Graham on a track called Punching Holes in the Music, a two-tune set including Cottage in the Grove and Thady Casey's, and that was from their 2015 collaboration Ulad. Men of Worth are an Oregon-based duo of expats, one Scottish, the other Irish. Aside from extensive tours performing their homespun style of traditional music and song from their native lands, the pair also serve as cultural ambassadors by sharing their knowledge of music, law and history with school children throughout the Pacific Northwest. Here's a two-part set, the song Johnny Todd, followed by the tune Frae Hame.
Johnny Todd has ta'en a notion for to sail across the sea, and he's left his ain dear Jeannie weeping on the Greenock Quay. Weep nae mair, my ain dear Jeannie, tak your bairn upon your knee. I'll return, we'll be married doon upon the Greenock Quay. Johnny's gone in search of riches, for Australia he is bound, handsome in his canvas breeches, for to sail the world around. Weep nae mair, my ain dear Jeannie, tak your bairn upon your knee. I'll return, we'll be married doon upon the Greenock Quay. The winter's night she's waited for a ship out on the sea. Friends may tell her she's forsaken, but she still can hear him say, weep nae mair, my ain dear Jeannie, tak your bairn upon your knee. I'll return, we'll be married down upon the Greenock Quay. Then one morning bright and early in the springtime of the year, she saw a ship out on the water bringing Johnny to his dear. Weep nae mair, my ain dear Jeannie, tak your bairn upon your knee. I'll return, we'll be married down upon the Greenock Quay. Weep nae mair, my ain dear Jeannie, tak your bairn upon your knee. I'll return, we'll be married down upon the Greenock Quay.
Now for a song from Welsh singer-songwriter Gwyneth Glyn about home. Cleverly referencing popular songs about home, she explores the meaning of the idea of home. Is home a place to which we are emotionally attached? Is it where the people we hold dear and who hold us dear happen to be found? Or is it, if we're at peace with ourselves and the world, any place we just happen to be? This is Adra.
There is a town in North Ontario, medan Neil Young and he gone. Sweet home Alabama, med the skinnet road tan. Ruin min no leave lena festin jag med our hand that bought pius. Take me home, country road, med that Denver on Betty Reus. Då I sin mannen Debbig I Adra, med han north av vi. Då sin mannen Debbig I Adra, naon ma Adran Debbig jaun ich di. Dwn I ddim I lle dwi'n mynd, dwn I ddim lle dwi 'di bod. Sgin i'm syniad lle dwi rŵan hyn, a Duw a wyr lle dwi fod. Dwi 'di cysgu dan ser yn y Sahara, ac aros yn rhaid drwy'r nos yn rhag. Dwi 'di dawnsio ar fynydd hefo ffrindiau newydd, a deffro ar awyren wag. Does un man yn debyg I Adra, meddan wrth a fi. Does un man yn debyg I Adra, na ond ma Adra'n debyg iawn I chdi. Fy nghynnefin yw fy nefoedd, a bro fy mebyd yw fy myd. Nabod fel ma cystal a fi fy hun, felly pam dwi ar goll o hyd. Sgin I map a sgin I marwyr, a sgin I'm ryfgaid ar y daith. Dwi'n cael y llygaid ac agor fy enaid, a dilyn lond y lais. Dwi'n cael y llygaid ac agor fy enaid, a dilyn lond y lais. Does un man yn debyg I Adra, meddan wrth a fi. Does un man yn debyg
Cottars are a Canadian group from Cape Breton Island, founded by two pairs of siblings, only one pair of which is still performing with the band. The big single on their debut recording was a duet which saw band member Fiona McGilvray paired up with the celebrated Canadian singer John McDermott. The song itself was a cover of American singer-songwriter Tom Waits' The Briar and the Rose. And this is it.
I fell asleep down by a stream, and there I had the strangest dream. And down by Brennan's glen there grows a briar and a rose. There's a tree in that forest, and I don't know where. I built a nest out of your hair, and climbing up into the air, a briar and a rose. Well, I don't know how long it's been, but I was born in Brennan's Glen, and near the end of spring there grows a briar and a rose. I picked the rose one early morn. I pricked my finger on a thorn. They'd grown so close, their winding wove, the briar and the rose. I tried to tear them both apart. I felt a bullet in my heart, and all dressed up in spring's new clothes, the briar and the rose.
We'll finish the show with another cover, but before we do, the time has come for me to remind you that you've been listening to Celtic World on Otago Access Radio, 105.4 FM, 1575 AM, and streaming live and podcasting from oar.org.nz. Now, this cover is a lovely Northumbrian small pipes-driven arrangement of the song When Love Breaks Down, which was written by Paddy McAloon and originally released on his band Prefab Sprout's second album, 1985's Steve McQueen. It's by the Kathryn Tickell Band, and they've called it Signs When Love Breaks Down the first time. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening.